So, back in the early days of my beginnings in YouTube. Oh, shoot! Okay, that's quite the intro. Okay. Anyway, back in the early days, my humble beginnings of YouTube, I started taking an interest into redstone, and I thought, redstone would be a cool thing to make videos about, right? So I started making these videos about redstone, and I realized that I know nothing about it. So I naturally started watching this YouTuber named Mumbo Jumbo. Now, for those of you who don't know who Mumbo Jumbo is, that was his shtick back in the day. He used to just make a bunch of cool redstone stuff. I don't know if he still does it. Don't know if he still makes content. It's been a while since I've watched one of his videos. But he taught me a very important lesson without even technically speaking to me. And that lesson was Steal Like an Artist. Now, Steal Like an Artist, I think, is a book. I haven't read it. I'm not going to link it because I cannot recommend it if I don't know what it is. But the basic premise is that you want to make things your own. You don't want to copy others completely word for word. That's just basically plagiarism. You want to take inspiration from others and create things that are new and exciting. So back to Mumbo Jumbo, I did the exact opposite. I started literally word for word copying his videos. There was this 3x3 piston door that was really cool, and it would like spiral when it opened. And I decided that I was going to make a video doing the exact same thing. But I didn't change the recipe or how to make it. I just straight up copy pasted the video. In fact, I was literally watching the video alongside the one I was making. Straight up. And, I was 13. I didn't see anything wrong with this at the time. I didn't even understand that what I was doing was straight up copying someone's creation. Nonetheless, I continued and, I posted a couple videos that were redstone tutorial type videos where I just stole people's creations and claimed them as my own technically. But in reality, I think I might have given credit, but I don't even remember if I did. That's how out of it I was. So anyway, fast forward a few years, right? And those videos stayed on my channel. Nothing really ever came out of them anyway. But I started to realize that people were leaving a bunch of comments saying copy of Mumbo Jumbo. And I was like, yeah, it is a copy of Mumbo Jumbo. This is exactly what I was going for. I don't know what people are commenting about this for. And eventually it just kind of hit me in the head like a bullet, like, oh, this is not good. You're not supposed to do this to people. This is somebody else's work that I've used and exploited for my own personal gain. But it was funny because I didn't know any better, right? I didn't know that that's what I was doing, and that's just part of learning. You learn from your mistakes, right? And the reason I'm talking about this today is that I see a lot on YouTube of people that like to take inspiration and do well with taking that inspiration, and there's others that just straight up just copy-paste things like I did with Mumbo Jumbo's videos. And to take this a step further, I've noticed that recently a lot of people have been trying to imitate this style of video that I'm making, which is very cool, by the way. I don't really care. Go on, take it, do whatever you want. I didn't create this genre. It's an old genre, and I'm completely fine with it. What I'm kind of sad about is that I'm seeing a lot of hate on people for doing this. And I want people to understand that they should have empathy about this whole thing. Holy shit, I almost did it again. You gotta understand, a lot of people are just doing this because they see it works. They're hopping on the bandwagon, and they want to see what it is, right? I've done the same. Every YouTube content creator has done the same. And a lot of them are getting hate. I'm seeing a lot of hate coming from people that are saying, oh, they're copying me or whatever the hell. And the truth is, I'm okay with it, guys. Don't go hating on people for trying something. Don't go hating on people for, trying a new style of content or imitating a style of content that in reality is not even mine. What I will say to those of you, though, that are doing this is that you should make it yours. And what I mean by that is that I've seen instances, I'm not going to link them because I don't want you guys to go, hate on these poor bastards, but some people straight up copy-pasted my actual name and then started copy-pasting my thumbnails entirely. Entirely. There was titles and thumbnails and topics. And I'm here to encourage you guys. I'm not here to hate on you guys for imitating this style of content. I welcome it because with this creation of content, we are changing the YouTube meta. And I think that's really cool that we can do that. Just make sure to not oversaturate it the same way that the Mr. Beastification is. Because I truly believe if you do this in a unique way, you can do better than me. Never mind, just do well. You could do better than literally anyone, honestly. And this does not only apply to YouTube, obviously. I'm a YouTuber, so therefore I'm talking in YouTube terminology. However, you could take this and apply it to any facet of your life. And that could be anything from you're making a painting, but you want to imitate Picasso, but you don't want to really imitate Picasso. You want to do something that's like Picasso's, but slightly different. Or you're making a movie about the Italian mob, and you take inspiration from Goodfellas. You can't really do the exact same thing Martin Scorsese did, right? You got to do something different. Now, you might ask the fair question of, okay, Nico, since you're preaching all this steal like an artist thing, how do you do it? The answer is not really black and white. It's not really simple. It takes a lot of attempts, it takes a lot of trying, and it takes a lot of developing your tastes first. This is why consuming art is important, because you need to develop taste. So if you want to be as good as, again, Picasso at making paintings, right, you need to consume a bunch of different types of drawings and art and paintings and all that kind of stuff. You need to see what's out there, and you need to see what you like about it, what you don't like about it, and then how you can sort of transform it to make it yours. There's nothing original under the sun. Don't expect to reinvent the wheel. It's probably not going to happen. And if you're going in with that expectation, you're going to fail miserably. That type of stuff usually happens accidentally. When the Wright brothers invented the airplane, they didn't expect it to become what it is today. In fact, I think one of them was even quoted as saying that these planes will never cross the Atlantic. And look how wrong they were. They created something that is now one of the basics of human travel to get anywhere around the world. So to go in with the mindset of that you're going to change the world, you're going to make a piece of content that is the best ever and it's going to be innovative and blah, 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 you can't do that. You can't just expect that that's going to happen. Not without paying your dues and seeing what's out there. That's why in a bunch of movies, when you see certain references to other movies, the reason those references are there is because the people who made said movie are paying their dues and showing where they got their inspiration for a lot of the things that they're doing. But there's something more important than developing taste and inspiration. And that something is just doing it. Do it, and don't be afraid to fail. Don't be afraid. Sometimes you might even create an idea that's already been done without even copying it. An example of this is literally me. There's a YouTuber named Flow State that a lot of people are comparing me to, and I didn't even know who Flow State was. And apparently he's existed a year longer than I have. Again, not exactly the same content, not exactly the same style, but the premise is the same. And then the moment of truth comes when people start disliking what you're doing. And after you start practicing making this painting of yours, you're going to get a lot of people who are going to say, wow, this is great, this is amazing. But that's not the people you should worry about. The ones that you should worry about are the ones that are telling you that you're not doing it right. The ones that are critiquing you and in many cases even hating you, because those are the people who are going to let you know indirectly that you're doing it right. For people to actually start disliking what you're doing, people have to care about what you're doing. People have to be bothered or unbothered by what you're doing. If people are just saying, oh, your stuff is great, yeah, you should keep going, those are the people who in most cases don't really care, right? When you're talking to strangers or whatever, if they don't care enough to critique you, they're not going to say anything. But when they start seeing that you do something that's working and there's traction getting to it, you're going to start getting people who dislike it regardless. And let me tell you, that's when you officially know that you're starting to make a difference. You're starting to invoke emotions in people. You're starting to move people in a way that you probably didn't even think is possible. And every single one of us has the ability to do that, because we're all human and we have emotions, and we can create and make those emotions come and go away based on our actions and our words. And our actions might come in different ways, and so may our words. Our words might come out as a drawing on paper. Our actions might come out as a black belt in karate, or anything of that matter. I have no idea where my house is. I'm going to have to actually backtrack this video and find it. Oh, there it is. Okay. In any case, that's what I think that I eventually did. I think I did all of those things. I consumed enough YouTube videos, right, to see what I like and see what I don't like. I created enough YouTube videos on a different channel of different genres and different types to see what I liked and didn't like from them. And I eventually led myself here, to this Minecraft world, to this community, to this house that a lot of people don't like. But in any case, if you take nothing else from this video, just know to make it yours. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, good night, and good luck.